Now, if we start off with freehold townhomes, you're going to see that every single category of stat is looking in favor of home buyers, which is obviously great news if you're thinking of buying. Not so good news if you are trying to sell your townhouse in this market. Sales, if you compare last October to this October, sales actually went down 23% for freehold townhomes. Active listings actually went up 24%, and even worse than that is new listings. They actually went up almost 44%. All great news, because what do people like when they're shopping for a house is more and more choices to choose from. Now, the biggest problem if you're on the seller side is prices. They actually went down 9.3% when you compare it to last October. The only problem, if you're a buyer, yeah, that's great news. They dropped over $100,000. That's great if you're buying. The only problem is they're still well over $1 million. Most of them, depending on the neighborhood you're buying in, but they're sitting average price right around $1.1 million. Like, they've been hovering from 1.1 to 1.2 all year. And that's not good news, because yes, they dropped, but still they're out of reach for a lot of people. New listings ratio was 53%, which is pretty much a balanced market. Problem is, if you're trying to sell now, that has dropped to 28%. So it means deep buyer's market right now. Only 28 out of 100 listings will sell in October 2025. The rest of them end up becoming inventory, which adds to the months of supply, which is sitting at 4.9 months right now. Now, Oakville is pretty much like the second biggest market when you look at freehold townhomes. The biggest market is Milton at 40%. Burlington is at about 17%, and Halton Hills not very big on townhouses at all. And if you look at condo townhomes, the market share for condo townhomes, Burlington is by far the biggest market. They control half of the sales that happen at 51%. And next in line is Oakville at 31.9. So this is sales for all of 2025, not just October. So far, Burlington is the biggest market. Now, if we move on to condo townhomes, by the way, if you want me to do market updates like for townhouses only for these markets, just let me know in the comments down below. Like, hey, can you do townhouses for Burlington, Milton, whatever you like, and I'll try to get to it. Now, if we move on to condo townhouses in Oakville, they're doing a lot better than freehold townhouses. Like, I'm talking a lot. It is pretty much even Steven, as you'd say. Not much has changed compared to last year. Sales are down 4%, not a huge drop. Active listings are up 10%. That's okay, nothing to worry about. If you're selling, new listings only up 4%. And average price is the biggest factor of all. Last year they were selling for about $808,000 a condo townhouse, and right now we're sitting at $801,000. So not much has changed in the townhouse market for condos. In months of inventory, went from 3.5 months to 4 months. Like I said, so there's nothing really drastically changed in condo townhouse market. The ones that are hurting the most are freehold townhomes. And as you know, there are tons and tons of those in North Oakville. Now, if you look at what's happening on the MLS today, in the condo townhouse market, there are 85 listings available on the Toronto MLS. And out of those, 50 of them have been on the market for longer than 1 month, which is good news, because that is usually when the patience starts wearing down, frustration starts setting in. And sometimes, not that they're going to throw away their houses, but sometimes they'll be willing to negotiate a lot more than they would have been 3 weeks ago. So there might be some opportunities there for a bit more negotiation. Same thing for freehold townhomes. We have 199 listings on the MLS. And out of those, over half of them have been on the market for longer than 1 month, which same thing, like there might be a better chance for try to get a few more $1,000s off if you are in the market. And in October, 77 listings were canceled for freehold townhomes. And as I mentioned before, if you guys do need help buying or selling, you can call or text me at that number. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.